there was a woman that was once in my life who I loved dearly that said to me, "You sold out your own people." And I'm like, "What?" And a year earlier, she had called me to tell me, "You got to talk me out of voting for Trump. I'm so sick of these Democrats." Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Wait. So how all of a sudden it's this now? And, you had a couple of boys. They weren't, my ride and die crew, cats that I went to college with, cats that, that I grew up with. No, it's none of them. Those they going to the end with me. They know that. I know that. And if they got a disagreement with me, they'll tell me. What they've really told me is that, why are you doing this? Because we know you're not what they say you are. Why do you even expose yourself to this? Why are you even touching on this? You got 2 beautiful daughters. You got your 4 sisters. You got 15 nieces and nephews, man. You living a good life. Why even do this, man? And it kills them to hear people attacking me like that. But for people that I respected and I trusted, we weren't tight on anything like that. It's just that, you get along, you run across people in the industry, you get to know them or whatever, and, you thought that these were authentic people. And then for them and this is how I measure it. It has nothing to do with them disagreeing with me. It's how they acted. It's what they said. You could say to me, "Stephen don't know what he's talking about." Man, please, that don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? I met you. We talked over the phone. It was our first time really meeting. But at first we talked over the phone. And I see you on your, "Come on, Stephen, just come on over. They ain't going to never accept you, blah, 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 blah." And everybody like, "You saw Officer Tatum going at you like that." I was like, I thought it was funny as hell. What are you talking about? He wasn't going at me. He was just letting me know. They ain't going to never accept you, Stephen. You can't trust them. Just come on over. Come on over. He was getting on me. I said, why? Why would you think that that's negative? So what? That's his opinion. That doesn't faze me. It's when I don't F with him. He'll sell out. He don't give a shit about black people. I'm like, what? I've raised millions for black people, the black community. I'm an ambassador for HBCUs. I always give back. I mean, the mentorship that I provide, the people I've reached out, the lives that I've tried to touch, the careers that I have benefited because I've gone upstairs to the C-suites and battled on their behalf to make sure they were taken care of. I'm like, really? That's what you would say about me? And it's like, I remember one cat's on morning radio now talking about me in New York City, Ebro, whatever, I've known this guy, but not like one of my boys.
Yeah.
I've just known this guy for over 20 years. He's sitting there and you're insulting me rather than simply disagreeing and saying why. But I got to find out about it from a video that you did on social media. When I bring up my former colleagues, it could be a Jamel Hill, it could be a Kerry Champion or something they've said in the past, nothing but respect for them. I have to find out on social media. When you've needed me in the past, did I have to find out about that on social media or did you call me? Because for me, when it comes to people that I care about, I'm mindful of how I talk about them. You see, people might look at me and talk about players. Well, wait a minute. I'm not here I don't want to be your enemy, but I'm not here to be your friend. I cover the sport. I'm not, my looking out for you is never getting in your personal life. If you ain't in police blotters, you ain't breaking no laws, what you do is your business. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I see no evil, hear no evil. I'm minding my business. But what you do on that damn basketball court, what you do on that football field, that's my domain. I get to watch and observe and chronicle because that's my job. So if I know thousands are in attendance and millions are watching on television, if you sucked, I can't sit up there and say, well, you just had a struggle tonight. But no, you sucked. You understand? That's how people relate, and that's how I've always been. So I'm looking at it from that standpoint, and I'm like, but if I know you, I approach it differently because I know you. And as a result, there's a perspective that I'm going to give. And what you're seeing in today's politics is cats are going away from all of that. And you can't convince me it ain't for clicks. You can't convince me that it's not so you can generate revenue for yourself and build your cachet. And I'm like, at what price? and you can't find somebody that you don't know to do that to? It got to be somebody that you purport to know, and you gonna come at me like that? It's real hard, because I'm not an evil person, but I can be cold. And what I mean by that is that I can cut your ass off real quick. It's like you just cease to exist. And it's real easy for me to do once I get to that point, because I don't respect how they came about it. And then these are my favorite kinds of people. The one that talk shit about you.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. They talk mess about you. They dog you out. They call you out of your name because they might disagree. They might not, they ain't even informed about what your full opinion is. They just go by a soundbite or whatever. Then they want to call you and talk to you. No, it's too late. You had my number before. You knew how to reach me. You knew how to get in touch with me. Somebody texted me the other day. I ignored them. Why? Because you said what you said. You've been saying what you said for weeks. What you calling me now for? Yeah. It's too late now. You already did it. And you did it on purpose. Live with it. Because I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have a multitude of platforms. And I can reach out and touch anybody anytime I want, any way that I want. And I know that. So it's like, okay, now you got to wonder if and when I'm ever going to reach out and touch you. Because I promise you, anybody that touched me in the way they touched me, I'm going to do it far more profoundly once I get through with them, if I choose to do it. And most of the time, I just choose not to, because then I got my team and I got my family and I got everybody punching down. Don't do that. And they piss me off too. Because it's like they ain't saying much with everybody attacking me. But then when I decide to hit back, why you do that? What do you mean why I did that? Did you see the person attacking me the last 6 months? Finally, I said something. And in some cases, I haven't attacked people until they've attacked me for a decade. I let it go. But then you just get tired of it and just like, all right. You just deal with it. I never forget I was at D.C. and I was at this, it changed my life politically. This is years ago. This is about 20 years ago or so. I had to do a hit at the Bureau in D.C. for ESPN. And it was two politicians that I had just seen arguing on MSNBC. And I mean, they were going at it. It was like, you almost felt like it was security in the building standing nearby because they were going to come to blows. It was really, really bad. It was ugly. And I go to the restaurant nearby. It's right by the Amtrak train station. And I go to the restaurant in the Union Station. And they're sitting in there together. And I was in the booth next to them. And they was like, that was some damn good television. You understand? We got everybody fooled. Laughing it up. Clanking glasses. You understand? And I never forgot that as long as I lived, because they were arguing about very, very serious political matters, their differences and their disagreements on, I believe it was Meet the Press, if I remember correctly, because it was a Sunday morning that I saw it. This was Sunday morning, like Sunday in the early afternoon was when the restaurant opened. And I couldn't believe it. It was like, this is what you're doing because you benefit, because one side or the other has to be picked in a binary system. And if both sides are getting fed because you got lobbyists feeding these boys, putting their spin on things and pushing that and pushing that and pushing that, all you're doing is stirring the cup and leaving the American citizens to fight amongst ourselves for the BS you create. And they do it on purpose. And that's why somebody like me is a nightmare. And I'm not a nightmare because I'm some presidential candidate or something like that. I'm a nightmare because I'm willing to talk to both sides. I'm willing to listen to both sides. But I'm not just talking about the politicians. See, I don't mind Officer Tatum and Roland Martin being on a set with me. I don't mind Candace Owens and the guy Josh, Duff, if I remember correctly, Joshua Das being on with me. I don't mind that. I want that. I want to create a platform where I'm just here and I'm the mediator. Officer Tatum, no, he studied this more than me. This is what he said. Roland, this is what he said. Mark Lamont Hill, this is what he said. This is what he said. Anton Daniel, this is what he said. And get everybody together. Because to me, the real cure, specifically for black people, is for black people to see black people in our entirety.
100%.
In our ultimate beauty. It's like, it's liberal, it's conservative, you know, it's Democrat, it's Republican, it's businessman, it's blue collar, it's all of it come together. You see that there's a potpourri of us. And no matter what side you pick, you know what you can't say? That they ain't one of us.
Right.
Once you sit up there and look at all of us and all our complexions, all our versatility, all our diversity, and you see that we're all from the same group, you can no longer sit up there and talk about sellout and all of this other stuff. All of us are in it together. Even if we think differently and vote differently, we're still us. And that would force other people to have to deal with us as a collective instead of serving to divide us the way that they have.
You hit the nail on the head. I don't think I can add nothing else to that. I think that if we were to do that, because I know for a fact, like me and Roland or somebody was in here.
Right.
You know, online, we beefing.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't beefing with these.
Right.
I got too much stuff to do. But I'm saying, like, online, we disagree.
Right.
But if we were sitting around, having a whiskey or smoking a cigar, I guarantee you people would be mind blown at the similarities that we have and how well we get along.
Yeah.
It's one, like, I've never met a person that I disagree with online that when I see them in person, we still have that same level of conflict. Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest threat to them is us coming together like this. You know, I think this is like an example of people coming together that may disagree on some things that unite for the better good.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I don't think, well, it was probably not that long ago. When you first started, you know, when I first started hearing you talk more about politics, I'd never thought that we would sitting across from each other.
Right.
Because I thought you were going to be way over here, like the haters that hate on you and talk crazy about you. No. But, you know, us coming together like this is impressive. But
it's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to me. I've been blessed and fortunate to have achieved a lot in my career. What I'm after is a big, you know, in my perfect world, I'll have my own real time with Bill Marshall. In my perfect world, I'll have my own platform that I will have created for the purposes of network television and beyond. And guess what? You'd get an invite. And so would them on the left, and so would others on the right, because that's what it's all about. And then have a discussion about where we stand and why, and speak substantively, not getting emotional and ready to call people names and get in a fight over what? What are we talking about here? Because, and not only that, it's kind of phony. Because if we in the streets talking, you know we disagree. Yeah. No problem. But it don't stop us with hanging with each other. Right. It don't stop us with being cool with one another. From the time we were kids growing up, I don't give a damn who it was. I got plenty of my boys. You know what I mean? This time my boys I got at least 3 of my boys, hardcore liberals. Man, I voted for Trump. I won't vote for her. No, I wasn't doing that. I ain't like the way I got in that woke culture style. When you see in the black household, you Steven, and then you could come to moms and pops and say, I'm Stephanie now. When you see that happen, you know, they'll say stuff like that. You know, they bring it home. And it's like you see stuff and you know that this exists, but this polarization has become profitable for a lot of people. And they're master manipulators at getting other people to do their bidding. And unfortunately, we got too many people who forfeit hook, line, and sinker. But if we strong and we about something and we principled, we'll be all right. I know my principle is that this is me. I say what I feel based on the facts I know, leaving myself open to being corrected. You don't have to insult me. You don't have to go up. You can say, Steven, you're wrong. Here's why. And I'm going to look and go like this. Okay, let me see if I'm wrong. Yeah. And if I don't think I'm wrong, I'm going to come back. Nope, I had it right. But if you got me, I'm going to be like, you got me. Yeah. Very, very simple. And to me, that contributes to making the world a better place.